So, took a little trip down to Grants Pass, Oregon.
How was that?
It was good, man. It was fun. It was mostly to see family. You know, I got family down there.
Have heard of Grants Pass, and then you said
You've probably driven by it.
No one ever goes there.
No. It's a small town. Noveski. It's where Noveski's at. The gun company.
Oh yeah.
They're based out of Grants Pass.
Okay.
Weird shit surrounding Noveski's death. Anyways, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Basically, it's about half an hour north of Medford, which is right above the border of California and the Siskiyous, you know? So you're going through Grants Pass. There's the Rogue River, a really famous river they used to make old Westerns and stuff on.
Is that brewery still there? Or did they move?
I don't know.
Okay. Cool.
No idea.
There is a Rogue.
The Rogue Brewery.
Yeah, it's down somewhere.
I don't think that's in Grants Pass.
Okay.
But it's a small town. It's grown a lot over the years. And each time I go back, it gets like dirtier and dirtier. It's because all the hippies and the homeless people come up from California. They get, people give them bus tickets and they just send them on up.
Yeah.
And Medford and Grants Pass are the first two stops, basically. So they're just jumping off. And it's legal to walk on the freeway in Oregon.
I'm going to look at pictures of Grants Pass.
Super nice. So like the main strip of the town is really old. Back it was 1800s when it was established, I think. There's a lot of cool buildings and stuff. Not tall buildings, but smaller buildings, obviously, because it was 1800s. I was walking down one of the side streets, and I noticed a mural on the wall. There's a lot of murals on the walls of these buildings, because that was like how they advertised back in the day, right? They didn't have signs and stuff. And I look up, and there's this IOOF. And I had seen that acronym before. Driving down the roads, they have one up here. On like cemeteries, they have cemeteries labeled IOOF. So I didn't put two and two together like, oh, this is some kind of organization, obviously. So I look up on the wall, and there it is, like right in front of me. It says Independent Order of the Oddfellows, and this is their building. This is their meeting place. And it has some symbolism, some interesting symbolism.
I'm looking at a picture of it right now. There's like the umbrella from Raccoon City, or what's that game, Resident Evil?
Mm-hmm.
They've got the skull of that old that Bones fraternity thing,
which is, I mean, the original
looks like a fraternity almost.
Yeah. So they got like hooks and crowns and these three links. So the three links are supposed to represent something in each of their each of those symbols, because they got them in each one. The three links.
Yeah.
So Independent Order of the Odd Fellows. This is the Golden Rule Lodge number 78. So the IOOF, the Independent Order of the Odd Fellows, is actually like the second coming of the group. You know what I mean? So the original was created in Europe back in like the 1700s or even prior to that. There's ties that go back to the 1400s. So the Independent Order of the Oddfellows is the American version. It was made the Independent Order of the Oddfellows was the American version. Basically, they wanted to separate themselves from the Europeans after 1776.
Okay.
They're like, we need to make our own here, so that's what they did. So it's supposed to be a non-political and non-sectarian international fraternal order of odd fellowship.
That's weird.
So founded in the U.S., so the IOOF was founded in 1819, and there's people like, dude, there's a list. There's a list of like presidents and stuff that were included.
I'm trying
this fraternity. You're good. Let me see if I can.
For some reason, you were like, when you were speaking, it was going pow, pow. Yeah, you were very powerful breath.
I do. The triple links it's a recurring symbol among Oddfellows internationally. The motto is, I can't even read that. Amicitia, amor et veritas.
It's Latin.
Friendship, love, and truth, which is really fucking weird. They have, they've
been around forever.
They have, dude. 1726.
Fucking
1762, There's guild masters. I want to be a guild master. So I took
in that group
screenshots before where I had.
Look at this fucking dude.
All these president. That's the Wilkes guy. That's the guy that created the independent order, the Odd Fellows. So revenue in 2014, $1,780,337. So they're logging all this stuff off their website, ioof.org. So
if anybody wants to join, there you go. That's your entry point.
It's interesting. It's similar to the Freemasonry stuff. Okay. So they're all about reciprocity, ethics, and charity.
Isn't the Freemasons like a cult too?
So people think of it that way. It's a fraternity, but has its leanings to where you could say it's like a cult because people are joining and it has rituals.
All religions are sort of cultish.
Yeah. So the rituals included in these fraternity groups are more like initiation things and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of like a cult, but we don't know for sure if they're praising something to make it like a cult, you know?
Yeah.
To where like this person or this thing is their leader. I don't know if that's the case because we're not in them. They're like sworn to secrecy. But let's see.
I'm not a cult leader.
So the IOOF.
Over here. Sorry, dude. I'm gonna push this over.
You good?
That way.
The IOOF has it enrolls some 600,000 members, divided over 10,000 lodges in 26 countries. That's a fucking lot. It's a lot of people. 19. I had a screenshot of all these people that were members that were famous. I can't fucking find it.
It's perfect. Always very prepared.
Yeah, I don't know. I must have deleted it.
I mean,
so there's a women's version called the Daughters of Rebecca, which is kind of fucking, I don't know
what's that one.
It's part of the Independent Order of the Odd Fellows,
so
but it was
similar.
It was a women's sectarian group that was this group believed that women were not allowed to join the men, so they had to make their own.
So like feminist type of thing.
Yeah, well, no, because these women went off to the side and said we cannot join their group because we believe that the men should have their own. So we're going to abide by that and create our own and follow the same rules. So they had a women's group and a men's group.
Usually that's imposed by the men.
Yes.
Which is weird.
Yes.
That is weird.
Super weird. Nowadays they said that men can join both and women can join both, which is kind of weird, but yeah.
Well, they're being progressive.
Yeah. So they have
today's age.
I don't know if they fund these like cemeteries and buildings and stuff, or provide the funds for them. But there's IOOF cemeteries all over the place, and they're really fucking old. So I've seen them here in Washington.
For real?
Yeah, a lot of rural areas have them, and then down in Grants Pass, Medford.
Did you see it like before?
I've seen those before where it said IOOF. I just didn't know what IOOF
and then they all
for.
clicked when you saw that.
Once I saw that, I was like, no shit.
Oregon's a weird place for that kind of shit.
It is.
Like they had the Rajneeshis down there. That was
I don't know what that
was the big cult in it's on Netflix.
Okay, the Indian dude.
Yeah, Wild Country.
Yep.
There's a lot of shit from Oregon and that come out that's just weird, like this thing. I wonder how many. Probably that guy in that video game we'll talk about is from there,
dude. So like it was interesting to see, like that's in an alleyway, right? Almost an alley. It was a main street, looked like an alleyway.
Yeah.
But the side of this building, there's no windows. So it's like between two businesses, and you got a doorway. You got that mural on the wall, which is from fucking 1800s. And then you got like one of those board signs where you can move the letters around and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's got dates and times of meetings. That's all it was. So I don't know if there's some special knock you got to do, or if you could just fucking walk right in. Who knows?
You're like, I'm here for the meeting. Hello.
Here for the meeting, guys.